But yeah, hope everything's going well. I want to talk about today, how we oftentimes end up being the ones that summon problems into our life and what to do about that cycle because it can keep you going in circles, keep you going, spinning around and not moving forward. And it's really a matter of shifting from hunted to hunter. Are you going to be hunted by the troubles, by the problems, and really be the victim of your life? Or are you going to move into that place of hunter where you're tracking down and achieving, accomplishing your goals, what's important to you, and not just goals where you're going to set something and meet it and then, well, now what? It's more about, setting your vision and moving towards things, which is totally really what this is going to be about. So, again, Peter Lynch here, as always, here to help you, support you, encourage you to live with passion, purpose, and power. If you want to learn more, head on over to lynchcall.com. Be happy to talk to you more there. And I've got a presentation there you can get instant access to that goes a little deeper into some of this. But today, again, let's talk about this hunter or hunted, right? What's going on? Are you summoning the problems into your life and what to do about it? So I want to start with an analogy here that lays the groundwork for all of this. And you might have heard me talk about this before because it's one of my favorite topics, but I bring it up so often because it's so powerful and so vitally important to everything that you're doing that if you don't pay attention to it, it's going to be eating you up. It's going to be definitely going to be hurting your ability to get results, achieve things, move forward, etc. So the analogy, right, is if you're walking through the jungle in Burma, and tall grass on either side, right? Lots of trees, all that good stuff. Don't know. I haven't really been in the jungle in Burma. I'm just making stuff up here. But hey, let's picture ourselves walking down the path in, in the jungle in Burma, and a tiger steps out onto the path in front of you. Now what, right? You're going to turn around and you're going to run like hell. You're going to run faster than you've ever run in your life, right? Because if you stop, that tiger looked pretty hungry, and you're going to be a tiger snack. And so this is a perfect example of what push motivation is. And too often what we look for, especially, as entrepreneurs, etc. I mean, it's just human nature. We need something to drive us, something to push us. What do I need to do next? Where do I need to go? Well, I'm going to look for basically something to drive me, something to push me. The trouble with push motivation is it's very negative motivation. What happens is the closer you get to your goal, which is safety in this case, or the further you get from the danger, the more you slow down, right? So it never has the velocity, the momentum, the energy, the power to carry you through to the accomplishment, to the achievement of your goal, whatever it is you're trying to get to. In this case, getting away from the tiger, not safety, right? Not being a tiger snack. Well, the further you get from being a tiger snack, the more you're gonna tire out, you're gonna wear out, you're gonna lose energy, you're gonna slow down, which means then you're back into that same cycle, and that's exactly what happens. It becomes a loop, a broken loop, where you're constantly then, shoot, I'm out of energy, man, I'm slowing down. I guess I need another tiger to chase me, right? You see the pattern there? Do you see what's going on? Right? That's what starts to happen. And so there's all different ways where this can manifest in your life and take shape. There's all types of different ways where this can be, the way that this can look like in your life could be all types of different things. It could be the bills, right? It could just be, it's just crazy the way these things can come up. But the bottom line I'm getting at here is if you're not aware of this, what'll happen is you'll be the victim of your own processes, of your own energy, looking for something to do, right? It's your own state of being looking for, I need a problem to solve. And that's oftentimes what it turns into. I need a challenge. If you're like me, you're very challenge motivated, very problem solving oriented, right? Like I love having a problem to solve. I love having something to work on. I love having a challenge. I want to be challenged. So if I don't have a healthy challenge, what'll happen is my subconscious will go looking for an unhealthy challenge. So it's one of those things where I have to constantly be directing my own energy and my own consciousness into what's healthy and what's productive and what's going to move me forward. Otherwise, I'll summon a tiger so I can have something to fight and get beat up by or run from, whatever it is, right? I know too many people. They're highly talented, very capable. Oftentimes, I feel like they're more capable than I kind of feel insecure around them in certain ways. But the pattern that I see play out that's tragic and that keeps them stuck is they're always looking for small, low-grade challenges because they're not aware of this. And so it keeps them trapped in a cycle where they're never actually using their gifts and their talents for the benefit of others and to further themselves. So, it just turns into looking for petty things. So the thing to do about this, though, right, is it comes back to what are you going to what are you going to direct yourself towards? Because, right, otherwise you're always going to have push motivation, which is I need something to push me, I need something to scrap with, fight with, etc. You have to have a healthy motivation, which is a pull motivation, which is magnetic, which will draw you forward. And so how pull motivation is different than push, right, is where I was saying push motivation never has enough to carry you through to your goal of safety, right, of getting away from. The further you get from the danger, the more you slow down. The closer you get to safety, the more you slow down. With pull motivation, the closer you get to that goal, the stronger the magnetism becomes. Like two magnets, the closer they get, the stronger the bond, right? In this case, the power of it is that if this is your goal and this is you moving towards it, it gets so much stronger right here that you actually blow through it to the other side. See? So there's actually greater energy accumulated, built up through that process of being pulled towards a powerful vision to the point that it'll actually carry you beyond, not stop you short. So that's where it's so important to then direct and be conscious of. And it starts with thinking through what is my vision? What do I want my life to look like? Who do I want to become? What do I want to accomplish? What impact and legacy do I want to leave on others? And then how do I start getting there? What are the goals I need to set that'll help move me towards all of that? Right? And then when you have that in alignment, then you can start saying, hey, I know I need a challenge. Like for me, I know I need a challenge, so I better give myself a good one. Good. Here's a good challenge for me to work towards that's a part of my grander vision that's going to move me forward. One way or another, I got to have a challenge to work on. If I don't give myself something, I'll go find something destructive. So that's the power of this, right? And that's exactly how you go from hunted to hunter, right? Because otherwise you are the hunted. You're just always wandering through the jungle, and it's invigorating. Sure, it's exciting, and we get kind of addicted because whatever happens, every emotion is releasing a chemical in the brain, and we become addicted to chemical experiences. That's all it is, It's the same thing that happens when you take a drug. It's just another addictive chemical. Well, guess what? Anger, frustration, anxiety, all of these things become an addictive chemical. So we become addicted to our own unhealthy state. And in that state, you can't see past it. So you have to be able to break out of that and recognize it in the first place and say, I want to go from hunted to hunter. And that was the decision I made, right? And everything, and that's made all the difference, as Robert Frost would say in his poem, two roads and a yellow path. Or I always mix the name up. I don't know why. I can never remember the name. I do love the poem. So anyway, you can drop that name in the comments for me and remind me if you're on this. But yeah, so that's the key though, is making that commitment in the first place, and then starting to look for, instead of wandering in circles in this tall grass, looking for tigers. They're everywhere. They're gonna get you. It's crazy. It makes you psycho. It really does. And that's sad. So become the hunter. I want to help you do that. Head on over to lynchcall.com. I've got more on this over there. I'd love to talk to you more too. Send me a message anytime. Drop me a comment or a question here. I will be reading and responding to those. Thanks for watching this. Again, Peter Lynch here. Head on over to lynchcall.com if you want to learn more. If you want to dive a little deeper into all this, I've got a training for you there that's really good. And otherwise, I'll be talking to you again real soon here. All right. See ya.